Hi, I'm Roland LaPlante, the Chief Marketing Officer at Affilius. Are you a brand leader trying to figure out how to establish a sustainable and winning brand presence despite a rapidly changing environment? Well, a dotBRAND may be the answer, and here's why. There are 4 trends that every brand leader already knows. First, there are higher levels of online engagement than ever before. Every day you can do more stuff online, and as a result, people are spending more time online. Second, corporate sites are getting bigger and in turn more complicated. So 99% of your content gets in between your users and the 1% of the content that they really want. Third, we have better tracking tools now. Big data capabilities can help separate the wheat from the chaff and show us useful things about what our customers are doing online. But as a brand, you don't have access to all your data, especially from social networks. And finally, users of social networks are fickle. Teens are now moving away from Facebook to Snapchat or Instagram or some other place their parents haven't heard of. Building your brand on Facebook or any other social network is building on sand. So those 4 trends point to one conclusion: the need for unique, custom online spaces. I'm suggesting here that you take the concept of a corporate website much further by owning an entire internet top-level domain dedicated to your brand. Today, websites have a top-level domain like .info or .com in the address, the word to the right of the dot. We've never seen anything different, so we accept this as the way it ought to be. But now this is changing. The organization that manages the Internet's addressing system, ICANN, or the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, is changing the old thinking completely with a new TLD program. Last year, ICANN began an unlimited expansion of the top-level domain space, and more than 600 leading brands from a wide range of industries around the world applied for and will eventually own a top-level domain. But why, you might ask? What benefits does having, for example, a .apple instead of apple.com offer? Well, there are 3 major benefits. The first one is better branding. Now you can stop wasting space on random terms like com or net. Wouldn't BMW be better able to communicate its message at its own .bmw address? Google, Tiffany, Nike, Apple, every major brand is better off with a proprietary address. If there's a choice, why would any business choose a meaningless term like com when a brand's website can live at its own brand? Well, now you have that choice. The second benefit is better security. A .brand domain gives you control over every address in the entire TLD, or top-level domain. You don't have to give them to anyone who asks. You determine who can have an address, so you can keep the bad guys out. And you control the content on sites in your TLD. So if the website of one of your resellers violates your acceptable use policy, you can take the site down without going to court and without a delay. The third benefit is the most important one: control of the customer experience. Many brands are trying to tap into the great popularity of social networks. And social networks have their place in the marketing mix. But some brands have completely succumbed to the allure of Facebook, spending ad money to drive people to a page on Facebook rather than their own website. Some brands even spend money to get a customer to their homepage and then try to drive them off their own page to Facebook. And then Facebook keeps all the data, precluding you from understanding your customers better. You need your own data, so why let Facebook keep it? Brands that rely today primarily on Facebook or any other social network will have to start over when the next cool networks launch and the herd migrates. Their Facebook investment will be lost, and the brand will forever be chasing that elusive other site where their customers went. So, why not drive customers to your own space? More than 600 brands today are following the path to control their own domain on the internet. In the years ahead, you will see a range of major brands from .apple to .zappos with hundreds in between. And in 5 years, I predict that most major brands will be managing their own top-level domain and operating all of the internet aspects of their business out of a space that they control. A .brand will be the global standard for world-class brands and companies. Don't be left behind. Visit affiliates.info to learn more.